All right. So welcome to the kitchen table. And I already got a few messages from our Florida people that they're doing some other things. But so definitely putting prayers out for everyone that's in the path. Mike and I were joking, like, because he was looking at his phone to like look to see where the track was going, and we were like, remember back in the day when Cone on the phone came out and it was like the latest and greatest technology? Like you would get these updates. It was before we had like constant news feed. Um, but anyways, so tonight we are going to talk about, well, I wanted to give a brief overview, I guess, of our visit with Keyshawn Graves from corporate. She came through Tennessee last week and we got to have her with us for a full day. So I wanted to talk about that for a minute. And then I also wanted to talk about Winter Summit, which is coming up really quickly. It'll be our 5th annual Winter Summit, which is really awesome. And then we're going to talk about having a win binder, which is something really cool that I'm going to challenge you guys to all create, as well as some testimonials. So I have a lot that I want to put it out on you guys, so get ready. And so, all right, so Keyshawn is a corporate rep at Beachbody, and some of you guys have already gotten like the opportunity to chat with or meet with corporate reps at Beachbody. Like once you reach a certain Star Diamond level, you start getting on these mastermind calls and you start getting the opportunity to work one-on-one with someone at corporate. And I've gone through several different representatives because they've like as Beachbody has expanded, they've had to, obviously bring new representatives in. And so I've just kind of gotten moved around to different ones based on different regions. And so the past couple of years, I've had the same person, which if you guys have been to Winter Summit before, you've met Arnold Nakaha, but he's now over Canada only. So I've got a new rep, and her name is Keyshawn Graves, and she is super spunky and awesome. She has a great energy about her, and I really have enjoyed working with her and getting to know her. So she actually came through Tennessee last week. She had some stops in Nashville and Chattanooga and Knoxville. And we got to schedule several one-on-one meetings with some of my local coaches, and then some other coaches that were trying to make plans to come in, got to do some Zooms. And then Tanya's actually going to talk for a couple minutes about her experience meeting with Keyshawn, because she actually flew up from Florida to be able to have that time with her. So I'm going to pass it over to Tanya for a couple minutes, just like 2 minutes or so, just so you can kind of talk about that and say like what you learned about her. And yeah.
I absolutely loved meeting her. I had done a Zoom with her a while back when I started hosting Super Saturdays. I did, I think, like 2 different Zooms with her. So it was kind of cool that she remembered me. So when we went face to face, she was like, oh, I remember your face. I had to remind her how she remembered me, but at least she remembered me. So I thought that was pretty cool. But she had some really great insight just to be able to sit down with someone at corporate, and they're looking in their, I guess what they would call their back office or whatever, looks totally different than ours, but they can see everything. So they could see your whole back office and your whole team and your whole business. And she gave me all the different tips on where to place people, how to place people here and then under here and under here to benefit the most. She was asking me what the biggest things were that I wanted, and she also taught me ways to get make good financial decisions with my business on where to place people. She had some really great tips on things on how to get your team back engaged. We know that this business is an up and down business and many, many personalities. So she had a lot of great tips on working with people with different personalities. It was just really great. I mean, I'm super happy that I spent the money, got the ticket, and thank you, Jen and Mike, for letting us stay with you. So I could meet with her. It was great. Me and her talked for a really long time. Definitely worth the investment. If it's done again, I definitely will be flying there again. But it was a really good experience to sit down with somebody at corporate face to face. totally different, as we all know, when you're doing Zoom or when you're doing a phone call than doing a face-to-face. But, you know, when she's asking me different things that I do in my business, and you have someone from corporate that throws her hand up in the air to high-five you, to tell you, rock on, you're doing a great job, you know, it's a really good feeling. So thank you guys so much for opening that up to us and allowing us to have that experience, because it was awesome. I loved it.
Awesome. Yeah, there is something different about a face-to-face. Like, it's like a phone call is okay, a Zoom is better, but like the energy of like being in person, especially her, because she's just is like so energetic. It just, it's totally worth it. And like Mike and I have made several trips and like invested and traveled in order to be able to have time with meeting with them, because they're the gurus, you know. And I actually learned that Beachbody has been really investing in them and giving them more education and training. Like Keyshawn's actually a John Maxwell like certified coach. And they've got another person that's going to be like a certified life coach. And so they're really investing in their skills so that they can help us better too. So
one of the biggest reasons they do that is because a lot of times what happens is they leave and become Beachbody coaches because you can't do both. Obviously, so they end up leaving. They've lost a couple, but because they've just become coaches, because they're like, well, heck, it's so hard to be on the phone with people that are making more money than I do in a week, and they did it in this phone call, and I'm helping them even make more money. So they're like, I'm out, and I'm going to build my own amazing business, and a lot of times they do. Anyways, I think the reason why she's bringing that up is that Keyshawn is actually now committed to being at our Winter Summit. So she's going to be there. So I think so it's not like we're just bringing all this just to make everyone feel bad that she came to us and nobody else. So the reason why she's bringing it up is because she's actually coming to Winter Summit. So, and we'll do the same thing we always do. Diamond Night will have her all to themselves. And then she'll be there the next day as well, and she'll be interacting with all the different coaches, and we're going to get together with the different sub-teams, and however we work that out, and we'll get different one-to-ones and group sessions with her. So that alone is definitely worth the price of going. We're paying for that. We're paying for her to get there, and we're taking care of her cost. So no need to worry about any of that. But just getting in front of the corporate rep, I know that she spoke to Sarah for a while, and Robin. Robin actually went from SC0 to SC10 SC2 to SC10 in one day by just doing what Keyshawn told her to do. The difference was she got off the phone and started doing it. And if anyone watched Robin's live video where she basically went at everybody, that was Keyshawn that got her to do that. And she did it and signed like 8 people. No, I'm sorry, 4 people, 8 points.
Right. So
definitely, guys, if you're not on the list for Winter Summit, definitely make sure you do that. Gatlinburg, Tennessee, first week in December.
Yeah.
So,
and if you got your Fit Family newsletter yesterday, there was actually a link for the Winter Summit sign up in the newsletter. Right. So
and we still have the 3 pay option available. So for 3 payments, I think we're within driving distance of like 90% of the country. So population. So anyways, yes. That is that.
Okay.
Go.
So
20 minutes.
All right. So there was one thing that I wanted to share with you guys that came up in my meeting with Keyshawn, and we were talking about goals, and she was just asking me like what my end of the year goals are and just things like that. And so normally, especially like with a Beachbody person, like if you're asking me my goals, then I automatically think like business related goals. Like I think of like, all right, what rank am I going to be at? How much money do I want to be making? Am I trying to get elite? Or, you know, those kinds of things. But then like she said that I also need to be thinking about my win binder. And I'm like, my what? And she's like, yeah, your win binder. And this is something, and I guess there's some other different names for it. And actually, it reminded me of Legally Blonde when Elle Woods, actually, I guess it's Legally Blonde too. And Elle Woods is talking about the Snap Cup. So I'm not going to sing the Delta Nu song, but it's the same concept of like having a place where you compile all your warm fuzzies. So, so some of the things to think about, like for a win binder, would be like you know how you get, sometimes you'll get like a note, either like a handwritten note sometimes, or a message, like a text message or Facebook message of just somebody that is thanking you for what you've like, just saying like, you know, thank you for your posts that you do every day. It really inspires me. Or just like, thank you for inviting me to be a part of your ab challenge last month. It really got me off my butt. Or thank you for inviting me to be part of your 5K thing. It finally gave me the motivation I needed to start running again, or whatever it is. Like we have all probably gotten those in some form or fashion from just people that we've inspired that we didn't even know that we inspired them. Like it was just totally random from something that you posted that you weren't even directing it at that person, but it was just you being you, and you being you inspired that person. So those kinds of things are great to just save. And it just like in the moment, it just seems like, oh, that was cute. And you just move on with life. But trust me, as somebody that's been doing this for 7 years almost, that those little things, like I wish I had all of them, because they would totally have come in handy in a lot of times. Another thing is like if you are a coach and you've already like started sponsoring new coaches into your team, a lot of times you'll get thank you messages from those people saying like, thank you so much for like introducing me to the coaching opportunity. I know that I have told Scotty multiple times, like, thank you for inviting me to be a part of this, because I definitely wouldn't have done it on my own. And I would still be a miserable paralegal making no money and eating at Chick-fil-A regularly. So like those kinds of things, like you just, like if you just take the extra minute to take it and like put it aside and make it part of your win binder. And like there's a lot of people on the call that were, or at the kitchen table, that were at Summit this past year. And like you guys saw Carl come out and he had this gigantic binder full of transformation photos. So I've seen Carl bring out that binder on several different occasions, like at different leadership retreats and stuff that I've been at. And like he's talked about how like in those low moments where he's just like, what the heck am I trying to do? I'm the CEO of this like million or billion dollar company, and I don't know what I'm doing. But then like he starts looking at these transformations, like these people that he's never met in his life, but they've sent in their photos and said like, you changed my life. Your program changed my life. If it wasn't for this program, I wouldn't be here still running around with my kids. If it wasn't for this, I would probably have died because I was already on the road to diabetes. Like, or just all these stories that are like totally life-changing. And like anytime that Carl just feels like he's failing and not making an impact, when he reads through those, that's like his win binder. He's like, okay, yes, I am on the right path. I have made a difference. Some of the other things that I thought would be great to like include in your win binder is when you make a rank advancement post for your coaches. And the reason I say that is because like when you say like, congratulations, new diamond coach, Sarah Manaresi, like that, like a couple months later, when maybe you haven't recognized a new diamond coach, you can say like, you know what, I am still an awesome coach because I sponsored a diamond. And like, we need those reminders of how awesome we are. So that's why you need this. You need those warm fuzzies and those snaps so that you can, when you're having a bad day and you're just feeling like this is not for me, then you can be reminded of, hey, I actually am making an impact. I'm making a difference. People notice when I'm here or not here. And then some of the other ideas I had for things that you can include in your win binder are things that are maybe debt related. Like I think it was Tanya just made a post recently about paying off like 4 credit cards. Like I didn't make the payments for her. I didn't give her any kind of financial advice because that's not a good idea. But like just the fact that she is a part of this team, and because of the business that she's created, she was able to do that. And so like, you know, putting that in my win binder, that like, that's just a reminder of like the transformation that has happened because of this team. Another one that I thought about is like faith-based wins. And there's, well, she's not on the call, but Jenna, like a fun fact about Jenna, for those of you that know Jenna DeStefano, she actually used to be a, like, I don't know if she was like atheist or just didn't, like, I know there's so many different kinds of not believing in God, like, but she was whatever she wanted to call it. She didn't believe. So, but then like, because of Beachbody and just like personal development and just some other things, she actually like renewed her faith again, which I think is really awesome and totally unrelated to health and fitness, but something that came because she started surrounding herself with positive people that were just like speaking life into her again. So I thought that's a really cool thing. And then also like job situations. So we have several coaches on our team that have been able to leave their jobs and like myself, that, and they're now able to like be at home full time with their kids, or with, or maybe not be at home full time, but maybe they've been able to reduce their hours to part time, or just been able to like, you know, change their life situation to make it more towards their life goals and what you're wanting to actually do and how you're wanting to spend your time. So those are all like really awesome things that our team is doing, that we need to like remind ourselves of these like really big things that are happening. So, so I want to challenge you guys to actually do this and to actually implement it, and like take the time when somebody sends you a text and says thank you, take the time to, like, I don't know how you print out a text, but you know, like to do something to memorialize it so that you can actually print it and you can have like an actual book to like look through and be like, oh, I don't suck.
Screenshot it.
Oh, yeah. You can screenshot it and then print it. Yes.
Kathy's saying yes. So she's like, yeah.
So, and some of the reasons why, oh, okay. Well, let me backtrack. I wrote notes. Okay. So some of your goals for your win binder can be like the number of people that
She's saying win.
Win. Like WIN.
Oh, all day I think you've been talking about a wind binder, and I have no clue what a wind binder is. I was just letting her go with it. Oh, you're saying win.
Yeah.
Pam. Like, Pam. Pam. Sorry. I'll go back over here. See? Everyone thought that. No, Carissa, not everyone. Everyone's doing it. I'm sorry. You just lost a minute of your call.
Okay. So some other things for your win.
I still think you're saying wind. I got to be honest.
Okay. So the number of people that have submitted their results to the Beachbody Challenge, the number of total pounds lost, which I thought that would be a really cool challenge for our team, like for Fit Family Network to do as a whole, like how many pounds lost, like, you know, maybe for 1 month or something.
Or if you're watching this and you're in the United Kingdom, how many stones you have lost. Okay.
Yes, very true.
Thank you.
Okay. And maybe just like the number of people that you've impacted or reached. So like if you, maybe like people that have participated in free groups or things like that. And also just like these things, they don't even have to be related to a challenge group. It doesn't have to always be tied to health and fitness. It's just ways that you have impacted others. Okay, so that was everything that I wanted to mention about that. And I wanted to actually have mine started, but then I ended up having to take Mikey to the doctor today. I guess that was a win that I was able to like be home and be able to go do that. I don't know if I'll put that in my win binder. But anyway, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is testimonials. And this is something that Mike has been hounding me about.
Seriously.
Because like, so I've been a coach now for 6.5 years, but I've actually been like helping people for like 7-ish years. And he's like, well, where's all your like reviews and stuff, and like all the people that have completed the Police Wives Academy and the Fit and Bendy Challenge and all these clever little names I've come up with? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you know, the people that have like gone through your challenge, like where's their results and like their reviews? And I'm like, well, I'm not Yelp. And he's like, well, yeah,
that was
but
funny. That was a good one.
Thank you. A win. So
I think Snara just snorted. I know she did. She held her nose. I'm so sorry.
But these are like, so these topics are kind of related with the testimonials and the win binder. And like getting those testimonials is actually like a really good idea. And it doesn't have to be somebody that did 90 days of P90X. Like it can be like if you did a 5-day clean eating challenge, like you just provided value to that person for free. So you have every right to say to them, hey, like, I'm so glad that you participated in my challenge. Would you mind just writing me a quick note about like what you got out of this group? Or like taking it a step further to like build the infrastructure of your business by saying, hey, would you mind going on my YouTube channel and commenting on this video? Or like, depending on what kind of Facebook like page you have, some of them you can write reviews on and some of them you can't. So if you have one that has a review section, like saying like, hey, thank you for being in my ab challenge. I hope you got something out of it. Would you mind going and making a review on my page and just, or asking people to share your page? You know, like you just gave them something for free. So you should not hesitate at all to ask them to do something in return. Another idea that I had, like, so, well, actually, in my last marriage challenge, like Mike and I do this 7-day marriage challenge, and we actually were doing a lot of our videos on YouTube instead of Facebook Live in the group. And like we would directly say like, hey, today's challenge is a YouTube video. Please go over on YouTube and comment on the YouTube video itself instead of in my Facebook group. So that way, like you're helping to build your YouTube presence. And that way, like, you know, you are there, you're creating this content, you are helping people, you're responding to them and engaging with them. And then you're getting something out of it too. So, I mean, of course, you're getting something out of the relationship, but you're also helping, like you are a business. So like we cannot forget that, yes, it's a relationship business. Yes, we're in the business of helping people, but we're also in the business of helping our business grow. So don't be afraid to ask for that and to ask for that feedback. But don't call it feedback, because feedback is asking people to give like, just to tell you stuff. We want actual something that's going to help us, like a comment on a YouTube or, you know, those kinds of things. Feedback is just saying, oh, I liked your group, thanks. Well, that's okay. But, you know, like we want something better than that. And I got an idea from Scotty. I'm going to go on screen share really quick and show you guys. Let me find it. Okay, so you guys see my Facebook wall where it says if you've received any inspiration, blah, blah, blah. Can you like give me a thumbs up if you see it? Okay, so on this post, okay. So it says, if you've received any inspiration or value from me or from a Beachbody fitness program, post your favorite emoji below. So, you know, like people are all about like posting emojis and those GIF things these days. So it's like I have 72 comments on this post and 51 likes. So all these people are saying like, yes, I've gotten something from you. Like I like your posts or whatever. So what Scotty did, and what my next step with this is to is to actually go and comment each one of those people. And some of them are coaches, some of them are customers, some of them are coaches on other teams. It doesn't matter. They're saying like, yes, you've helped me in some form or fashion. So like going to each one of those people and saying like, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Would you mind commenting on my video and like just making a quick comment about like your, like, how did he say it? Like your experience with me or Beachbody.
Basically
like,
just giving a referral.
Yeah.
Giving a like and everything. You know, we all want to help each other out. It's just like we were talking again to Robin. I did a 2-hour call with her today, and she's going to actually do a webinar or like a welcome meeting on her group. She's got like 8,000 people in a group, and so she wanted to chat with them. And I said, well, you know, make a post in Fit Family and then get some people just to jump on. You know, Jim Rohn speaks about it very clearly in what's the name of the book that we always send out?
I forget the name, but it's about network marketing.
Yeah, but Jim Rohn always speaks out. He's like, look, you're my friend. I would just like to have you in the room with me. I don't care if you buy anything. Just, I could really use your support. So doing that same thing is, going to your people, going to like 4 or 5 of your people and saying, hey, I'm going to do this webinar. I don't know if anyone's going to show up, or I'm going to do this live stream video. Will you make a plan of being there? I'm going to do it 10 o'clock a.m. on Friday.
Right.
And so that way, you have at least a couple of people in the room that will like and just throw a couple hearts up once in a while and give you a little bit of confidence. That's the whole idea behind a team. I mean, that's the whole idea behind the kitchen table and the Fit family. You guys are on our calls. You guys are members. Just do it. We help each other out. If you need likes on a video, I'd love to see what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's not about that's the great thing about network marketing. We all, people call it a pyramid, but it's not. It is a group of people. Then people that do it are wrong. But I mean, it's a group of people together, and we're trying to build businesses together. And so by doing that, so reach out to them. You're not in this by yourself. I love to see what everyone's are doing. I'll jump on the call, even if you just have to put your name on the screen. At least you're there. At least it's a number to show someone else that might be interested, and you'll get that in return if you ever need that. Just sometimes you need butts in the seats.
Yeah. Yeah. Like think about any time that you've gone or like you've been invited to a party, like a in-person party, and like you don't ever want to be the first one to go. Like you pass by the house and you're like, oh, there's no cars in the driveway, I'm not going to go yet. Like, and then you'll just drive around for a couple minutes because you don't want to be the first one. So like the same thing with these virtual things that we do. Like when I have these virtual wine chats and things like that, like sometimes our prospects that are not familiar with Zoom and like that don't get on these online video chats, they're a little weirded out. But if they go on and they see like, okay, it's not weird, there's other people, I'm going to be okay. Like then they get on and then they engage and they see how awesome we are. So, and then like last thing I'm going to tell you, because we're running out of time. But in like my coach, Scotty Hobbs, he actually like sometimes he'll actually post or share his post into the team page and say like, hey, can you guys come comment on this post? Like something directly that he wants us to go comment on. And it's something that I probably wouldn't have seen or commented on otherwise. But by me doing that, that's like me putting something into the Snap Cup that day, and it's like me depositing something in his bank account, and then like I'll get that back in return. So like we're always looking for ways to just like help support each other's business, which is awesome.
That's right.
So
that's right. Cool.
All
right, guys. Go ahead, win the week. Whatever you're going to do to the week, do it. It's going to be great. It's a new month. Let's go out and we'll make it for the guys down in Florida. If you end up getting flown up here, we'll see you. We'll wish you all the best, and still not understand why anyone still lives in that state, but that's okay. Guys, have a great week. We'll see you. Let us know if we can do anything for you. All right. Bye. Thank you.
Night, guys.
Night.